All right, this is a 2005 Dodge Dakota with the notorious rusting out radiator bracket. You can see back there it's rusted out pretty good. Northeast Pennsylvania, so there's the snow. But I basically just taken out these. There's 8 screws. There's 4 on top, and then there is going to be 2 on either side directly below that. So that's a task in itself. I have all the bolts out. So next I'm going to have to cut this in 2 pieces to get that out. And then we'll do something pretty quick and inventive with trying to get the new piece in. All right, so I cut through to one side. And there's basically nothing holding it on that side. So there's a little piece of metal right there that's been a little stubborn. And so rust is just breaking apart anyway. Alright, so here's the new bracket and the bolt holes on top. So what I'm going to have to do is, I already drew some lines. You just kind of see it in the magic marker right there. So I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to cut here on either side of the seam, then peel it back to this mark right here, and then I'll be able to push it up from underneath and then get this bottom part underneath the radiator, slip it over the top, and then I'll be able to bend the pieces back up underneath to get into that beam. There's a lot of rust in there. But anyway. Alright, so with my handy dandy angle grinder, I cut through the metal. So what I'm going to do is bend that back, and then I should be able to slip that in. Alright, so that is the metal bent out of place, and now we're going to slip it underneath. Alright, I had to make an additional cut, but I figured I'd tack weld that real quick. You don't have to, but after you pound that metal back out, probably give it a little cleaner of a look. Anyhow, that made it a lot simpler, and you want to obviously disconnect your radiator supports on top. Alright, and there is all the bolts back in place. Now we're going to remount the radiator on top, and we'll be done. Alright, so that is the old bracket. Alexa, stop. And I put in 3 little drain holes in the back of this pan because when I initially pulled it down, there's a lot of water sitting there. So you definitely want to do something to help the drainage. But anyway, that is back in place. Alright, not a perfect paint job, but I figured I'd spray some red paint to help make it less obtrusive looking, and there you go. Whole time maybe took me about hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half, let's call it. So pretty easy job overall.